Hi, my name is Dan Quigley. I'm a professional trumpet player living in Brisbane, Australia. I've been getting lessons with Greg Spence and going through his concepts now for about 6 years. And I just had a lesson with Greg this week, and he asked me to share a video of my experiences of his stuff and where I'm at with it. So firstly, like most of us, I was playing the trumpet with way too much tension, and I knew there was something wrong. And I came across Greg's stuff, and it seemed really good, and it was very, very different to any of the other trumpet methods that I've ever seen before. But I thought, oh well, let's get into it. And yeah, and I was battling with a lot of the things for a long, long time. And one thing I started to do recently was with the visualizer, because I thought the visualizer stuff, it's crazy. I thought a lot of his concepts, they make sense, but they're crazy, they're weird. And I'm thinking, Greg's a crackpot, but I was like, I've got to give it a go, because I know I'm playing with too much tension, and there's nothing out there on the market that's actually dealing with this the way that Greg's stuff does. So the first thing I did was actually thought to myself, I don't want to waste my practice time singing in a room with a visualizer. So I got the visualizer, and I would just carry it in my pocket, and I would just walk around. I'd be walking around the street. I'd be at a barbecue with friends, and I'd have a beer in one hand and have the visualizer in the other hand. In the car. I also got used to just walking around going, Mao, Mao. And I think the best thing for me, because I thought these ideas are crazy and I don't know where they're going to go, but I think the best thing for me was doing it away from the instrument, away from the practice room, and just doing it with not even really thinking about what I was doing in the end. I would sort of concentrate on it, but then I would just do it and not concentrate on it. And that's when those concepts started to seek in. And then it sort of hit me that the idea that Greg talks about with a feeling, and the idea of this is a feeling, and that in itself is the thing for me. Was I realized that going for a feeling is not tangible. It's not a thing you can hold on to and go, this is it. And then that's when things started opening up, and I was like, okay, right. And another good thing for me was actually talking to other people. When people would see me with a visualizer and they're like, what is that? And telling people, oh, look, I've got some issues in my playing and I've got to sort them out. And people are like, oh, wow, whenever I hear you, you sound amazing. And so it was good to sort of get that out as well as probably my own therapy and dealing with people, and then also seeing the support you get back from people. So that was really good, and facing my own sort of issues. Then all of a sudden, over time, all these concepts really started to sink in, and then I really started to get it. And then I think for me, the final concept, which really I thought was when Greg explained it first, I was like, oh yeah. But the big one for me was the large concert hall versus the small chamber. And then it was funny, because once a bunch of those things, they all started lining up together, and it all started working, and I was like, oh right. And then I realized, when I've seen Greg put up videos of people, he's like, they realize that it feels very, very different to the way they play it. And I was like, yeah, this feels very, very different to the way I used to play and the way I play at the moment, And I was like, okay, look, this might be it. So I would just experiment and go with it. And I thought to myself, well, the trumpet playing shouldn't be that hard. If I can play over the whole register like I was playing a low C, that would be awesome. So I just stuck with these ideas, practiced my visualizer away from the instrument. I never wasted my time in the practice room with the visualizer. I would constantly walk around going, Mao. I still do that, Mao, and letting the air go, the backswing, all that stuff. And I think the best thing we can do is actually do it away from the instrument. Understand that our way of playing will change, but what happened over time is once I started realizing this is the way to play, I would then just do the low slur between C and G and down to F sharp. Then over time, I gained confidence in a new way of playing. And then eventually, that clicked over to being the way I play. So this is just a quick short video for those of you who are frustrated with where you're at and where these ridiculous concepts are going or not going with your playing. And all I want to say is keep at it, because I do think these things have definitely worked for me, that's for sure. Good luck.